All right, those just tuning in, we just wrapped up our game of Grey Knights versus Blood Angels with a final score. Blood Angels 87, Grey Knights 74. Originally, after I won one bad turn, I thought it was completely over. 13 points, much closer than I expected.
Yeah, real close game. Your ability to do the secret mission with a battle line unit that just up you downies, either for free or, if it's at the end of my turn or using Mr. Demos to keep them safe, preventing me from charging and killing them with the Mephiston. So,
yeah, and I think that with this build, with having the Brotherhood Champion in there, it really opens the door for that secret mission more than expected. I mean, it might even be worthwhile to make him my Warlord in some sense. I don't have to make a Grandmaster Warlord, so I can make him the Warlord just to also allow me to have that option for a secret mission in case I do go into an army that has a ton of battle line units that I just can't clear them all. Because some other Blood Angels might have a lot of their small units. And I thought I did that really well early on by eliminating your scoring pieces, trying to limit your secondary game. Wasn't able to limit it enough because then you just use your big stuff to do secondaries.
Yeah.
Land Raiders Cleansing.
I mean, I had one turn where I scored 2 on secondaries, but, 87's a solid score, not amazing. Wish I could have pulled off maybe another primary. Maybe I should have, instead of doing a secondary, I probably should have tried terraforming another one.
To get those 2 extra points.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terraform's a tough one for that because it's always like, but I have to wait here till the entire next round, and then the units that can do it, that can survive it, like the Land Raider and stuff, you wanted that melt on the Dread Knights. And then the units that can do it, that aren't having another job, can get shredded right there on the point. I mean, unless they're the Infiltrators, which apparently a Dread Knight can't shoot down.
Yeah, I mean, if I roll 4 5-ups, I had to make 4 saves and I rolled all the 5-ups. So yeah, that just happens sometimes. Dice are dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't blame dice for a loss unless it is actually warranted. This one, the dice, they beat me up so bad.
Yeah, I mean, they were below average, but I mean that's going to happen in games.
Now, to be fair to Lane on that, when I say that note of the dice were terrible, Lane puts me in a position with things like Mr. Demos and stuff like that makes it very, very difficult. I have to position myself to try to force him to trigger the Mr. Demos as much as he's positioning himself and using tricks with the Land Raider and such to not allow me to trigger Mr. Demos. So that layer is critical for both of us because, some people are not going to be that critical with the Mr. Demos, and it's tough. And even so, throughout the whole game, I still did get you one time, and it was the most important time for that 20 points.
Yeah.
I feel okay with this list on the sense of if you rank dice from bad to worse on a scale of 1 to 5, and 1 being the absolute worst, terrible dice. If this was a 1, fine. I can still play if my dice are a 2 or a 3 badness because I was able to get within 13 points.
Yeah. And the thing is, as they're talking, I also made all of my charges. I don't think I ever failed a charge. And some of them,
8-inch.
not like any 10 or 11 ones, but I made some 8-inch charges and things. Definitely. So, yeah, any dice roll could have changed things quite a bit.
It really started when I interrupt you with the purifiers. First, the purifiers just absolutely failed. Not even scratching a dude.
Yeah.
Then it moved over to the Dread Knight shoot. And I fire all the shots in there, and I'm able to pick up the Blade Guard, but then nothing in combat. Just ran into him and just stopped. The Grandmaster Dread Knight failed to take out the Marines in 2 or 3 rounds of shooting. Like just
strong Marines.
That was ridiculous. And then even at the end of the game, I just couldn't. It did get to a point where I think I just failed every save, not even just the 4-ups.
Yeah,
the 2-ups too.
The thing is, too, you failed to kill them on a turn, and then the next turn when you did kill them, that's when you pulled no prisoners. So it's like it worked out for you. You know, you got
that
the no
was
prisoners
that
kill.
was nice. That was nice
Because you got exactly 3 kills.
that was nice.
2 squads,
that, yes.
squad, the another one, and a character. So it actually gave you.
I just would have been. I mean, I would have been much happier not losing absolutely everything over there. I expected to, when you hit me, when you came out, you came after the Terminators. I was like, okay, this is what's happening now. But I looked at them like, okay, but I have 2 Dread Knights, the Librarian here. I have a lot of damage, and it just all failed, and then charged, all failed. It was like, okay, I'm done now. This is it. I have nothing left I can do here.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of durability. I had the 5-man Assault Intercessor squad, the Sanguinary Priests, giving them the 5-up Feel No Pain. If I was running things differently and not doing the Land Raider,
which 5-ups work. 5-ups work every time. Every time. 100% of the time work every time.
They weren't that amazing, but I think they were average though. I mean, it's 1/3 of the time they're going to make them. So, but no, I think if I wasn't doing the Land Raider of Doom, I'd probably take a 10-man of the Assault Intercessors because it's only another 75 points, and that big squad having the Feel No Pain just makes them very durable. It's tough to chew through 10 guys with a captain and a Sanguinary Priest, and they have a 5-up Feel No Pain and the ability to armor contempt. It just makes them more durable than they should be, and they're relatively cheap. It's 150 points for a 10.
Well, I mean, the Land Raider seemed like it worked out pretty well for what you were looking for. How you feeling?
Yeah, no, it definitely was good. I don't know what I'm taking this weekend. We're playing an RTT at Canton at Battlegrounds to Board Games. We're both going. I don't know what I'm going to take on my Blood Angels list yet because there's just so many things I like trying. This one's solid.
But you lost your secondary scoring units early.
Yeah.
I
mean, that was because I was playing against Grey Knights.
Okay,
because I used them to block you out from deep striking. I put them out. They were kind of exposed, not where, out in the open, but I did that so you couldn't deep strike and hit my other units, trying to keep them alive. So hopefully in other games where I don't have to worry about everybody deep striking every turn, I might have a little more flexibility with that. But the other option is I can put my infiltrators forward to block out your deep strikes more in the mid table. Give me a hard time there. But yeah, it would be nice to have more scoring units. But no, I think they did all right. The Land Raider, a lot of times I do use him for secondaries for doing actions and things because he's durable. He can last through my opponent's turn. And I don't really rely on his damage output that much.
Yeah. For me, I feel like just a lot of things went wrong and a lot of things went really right for you, and things you weren't even hoping to go right. You're like, oh, I guess I'll just save everything. So I feel like, like you said, one failed charge completely changes the game. If you didn't make the charge on the purifiers, the entire landscape of the game changes. Because now the purifiers are sitting there, your guys are sitting there, I can pick up the purifiers and get them out of there. They move into another area and can start taking on infantry from another area. The Death Company failed their charge. Now the Death Company are sitting out there, and I could hit them first. Things like that. So it like one failed charge, entire landscape of the game changes. You know. So I feel okay with that. I feel okay with that, especially getting within 13 points of you with literally having one unit left on the table. The only thing I don't feel good about, and feel free to talk to me about this in the comment section, is I'm really not liking the Librarian.
No 6s in this game, and you rolled a 1. You hurt yourself today.
Yes, I know the fact that I know some people put him with a squad of Terminators so that he can get the 4-up Feel No Pain when that happens. But here's the thing. Okay, so I put him with a squad of Terminators and I get the 4-up Feel No Pain when that happens. But I still don't do any damage with him. And yes, he's with a squad of Terminators now, but I still don't do any damage. He still did nothing. He can use his Psychic Shriek, Scream, whatever it's called, single shot was pretty good. That picked up a Blade Guard, but he's 120 points down the drain right there. And then if the Terminators get hit, he gets scattered to the wind. He's not the best in those other areas, and he's not providing the Terminators any extra buff to really make him go. So I just don't. And then it's also another 200 points of Terminators. So now it's 320 points for a unit that you roll a 1 and nothing happens. Oh, sure, you roll a 6. You roll a 6 and you're smiling. I'm happy when I roll a 6.
I was taking a few of those in the chin, so I didn't mind that did not happen today.
Yeah. And I think like part of it was like maybe not going after, it's not even like not going after the Land Raider because he was in a safe position. I played him safe. He rolled that 1. And I don't know 100% how comfortable I feel with that, where other things I at least have ways to get around it. That's when you don't have a way around.
Mhm.
You roll a 1, you roll a 1. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's one of my complaints about 10th edition is just so many things are just so swingy. Like when they go great, when you roll that 6 and you roll 10 mortal wounds or 12 mortal wounds with them, oh, it's amazing. You're gonna remember that forever. But a lot of times you roll a 1 too. Same with the same frequency. Statistically speaking, you're gonna roll a 1 the same number of times you roll a 6.
Yep. And so I didn't get that extra shot to roll that 6. Nope, didn't get it there either. Nope. I was like, here it is. Here's the 6 my librarian was holding for me. And it was funny because I was talking to Lane on the phone, and I have the 2 librarian models, and this may be your punishment. I had the 2 librarian models, the newer one and my old pewter. And I was like, all right, let me see which one to use. And so I decided to have them fight each other. And so I rolled the dice, and my new librarian failed to kill on the psychic power, failed on all the other abilities. Okay, he got a turn, and he was the one who went second. So I was ready to, switch it up and let the other one go first. He rolls a 6, does 9 mortal wounds. I'm like, okay, you're telling me you're ready to do work. What was that, man?
No, you burned the 6. You used it up. Man?
Yeah.
You used it up.
Yeah.
Fighting your other Terminators, having a librarian duel.
I know, right? But then there is that, doing a little extra damage to that squad and getting getting some mortal wounds on them would have been helpful. It just, the dice went so far south and yours went so hot that it was that impacting. It wasn't like, oh, my dice were absolutely, I just rolled nothing but 1s, although it felt like I did for armor saves. It was the combination of me rolling severely bad and then you just going super hot. Like you said, I did like 5 wounds to the infiltrators and you saved 4 of them on a 5-up. I've done it to you, so I know it happens.
Yeah.
It hurts.
A couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, you made 17 out of 21 4-ups. It really made me sad. But it wasn't all bad. I mean, when my death company charged into your Terminators, you lost 1 Terminator.
Oh yeah, that was
it, and you brought him back the next turn. So functionally, the 10-man death company did nothing.
And then I interrupt your stern guard and didn't even scratch a wing. I don't think I did a single wound to that squad all game.
What, the Sanguinary Guard? No, they're fresh. They're in the case fresh. Not a single wound on them.
I wasn't expecting to wipe them. I just wanted to pick up 1 or 2 of them to start whittling them down. Yeah, that was the plan. But
I kind of got them out of position eventually. It's tough with Grey Knights to run you down. They did score me points, of course, being on your home field objective, giving me primaries and scoring there. Yeah, still kind of put them out of position, even with their big movement.
Objective backfired for me. It gave you points.
Yeah, it gave me Storm Hostile there. But no, I like all the Blood Angels using. I don't feel anything underperformed. Mephiston didn't get to do a whole lot, but he was kind of sticking around the middle there, and I kind of controlled the middle for most of the game. So it's fine that he didn't do a whole lot. But everything else felt like it performed really well. The Power Fist captain with the once per game extra attacks and once per game sustained 3. That was kind of big. What did I get? 17 hits on him.
Yeah,
he's going in, rerolling, wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s to wound. So he bonked hard, and the fact that the Sanguinary Priest was in there to give him AP3 meant even if you did True Silver, he was still putting you on your invuln. The Sanguinary Priest is expensive. He's a 90-point model, but the Feel No Pain and the extra AP are huge. It's real big. Because Space Marine combat just lacks AP. I mean, the most you get for most anything is AP2. Sanguinary Guard up to AP3, a couple characters at AP3, but that was super useful.
Yeah,
and definitely
that a lot. I was like, okay, these guys are AP2. Because that matters with True Silver. Because like you said, when you hit the AP3 column, it's like, this doesn't matter. You're stopping at my invuln for things like the Terminators and Dread Knights. But the only thing that I was, like I said, I'm not sure about the Librarian, how I feel about him. But 120 points, it kind of is what he is. And then I did like the Brotherhood Champion. I'm considering, like I said, making him my Warlord just to get that second part of it.
Yeah, like the 1 unit that can score 2 different secret missions for you.
But also at the same time too, I was ready to use the Librarian to start doing secondaries with my strike kind of going around and trying to stick the objectives and stuff like that. So the Librarian, he's $120. I mean, I can take another squad of strike, but in comparison, the Librarian's actually going to do probably more in that scenario. So we'll probably keep him in there. I'm just not overly happy with him. Just I don't like
if
that
you roll the
randomness.
6, you'd be real happy with him. But
Even then, it's still I don't like the fact of like you put him down and then you look at something and you go, well, I might do damage to it, and it's like you don't know. It's so swingy. We're like a heavy damage weapon.
The delta or whatever is 12 mortal wounds done to your opponent and 3 mortal wounds done to yourself.
Yeah,
and you
right.
can fall anywhere in between there.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
right? Right. It
You go
is so crazy. Like,
anywhere in there.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. I mean, even if you roll that 6, you can roll double 1s and do 2 damage.
Yeah.
So it is that's such a massive thing. And I don't like that. Where like at least you look at a las cannon and D6 damage, you go, okay, well, this, the hammer, D6 plus 1, I'm like, okay, I know this will at least do some damage when it goes through. But that's such a wide matrix. It's just like, oh my gosh. All right, well, it is time to call it a night. Like I said, not too disappointed. I got the secret mission and got real close to you. So I'll take that.
No, yeah. No, it was a super close game. It wouldn't take too much for it to switch anyway. So,
like you said, one failed charge.
Yeah.
One failed charge, and it completely changes the landscape of the game. So, all right, guys. Well, as always, thanks for watching, and we'll give you a recap of this all real soon.